there was a Flash leak today, and it was a
Yeah.
big one. And the thing is, though, it's not the first. It's not the first Flash leak.
No, I mean, I can't tell you where the information came from because I had to protect my people. But I did send you something a few days ago, and basically that got corroborated and confirmed today. So,
I mean, I think you sent me. I got sent a few things.
well,
A
what I
few.
sent you in particular is pretty much almost word for word, minus a few details, what got leaked today. And the reason all these leaks are happening is because there was a test screening that is confirmed. There was a test screening for The Flash in California, in Los Angeles. It did happen. Um, so somebody there has been spilling the beans.
Oh no, they've been definitely spilling the beans, and I think after look, here's the thing though, guys. After this last week, they need positive spin on this movie. It doesn't matter if the whole plot is out there. They have to make sure that this movie has positive press. So this is the image I thought would be great to kind of kick it off with. Shocked Barry. Oh my God, I'm on the ground. Because this could be, I don't know. I still think this could be the end of the career of Ezra Miller in the Flash. And I think,
Well, I mean, there's been some really interesting updates with that in terms of like new videos and pictures surfacing on social media of him actually at the bar, and they don't exactly line up with everything that's been said. So I don't know.
I haven't seen those images yet, so I can't say whether or not. But it doesn't. Well, he's been. I mean, if he gets by with 10 phone calls being made against him over the span of a couple
Well,
of days
that's
in
the funny
Hawaii.
thing. Apparently, those 10 phone calls weren't exactly directed towards him. It might have actually came from his representation calling the police and other people.
That's
So,
not that okay. Who? Okay, where did that come from?
well, okay. So just to explain, supposedly there were some photographs and videos taken, and this person who had the photos and videos said that there were homophobic slurs directing at Ezra, and he was barred entry from a bar. So his friend called the police, and that was one of the phone calls made. Not all of the 10 phone calls were about Ezra. Some of them were just involving him in general, I think is what was being said. That's what I'm saying. There's a wrinkle in all this. I'm not for sure what's real and what's not anymore. All I can say is it's what is kind of being circulated over the last couple of days.
See, I haven't seen anything from that yet. But then again, I will fully admit, over the course, I have not been paying as much attention this weekend. So there is that. I'm also checking TMZ in the moment to see, because I mean, TMZ would have dropped this. And also, I think, to be fair, if anything with Ezra would have popped up, people, I would have been sent something. I'm sure you would have told me, because this is the first we talk every day, and this is the first you've told me about it. So I mean,
That might also be my fault though, because I didn't really update you on that. So my apologies, but I saw it's like a day or so ago.
oh, okay. Well, I mean, there's been a few things going on, to be fair. To be fair. So, all right. So, look, here's the thing. I mean, if Ezra is good in the role and the movie makes money, everyone's going to look the other way. All right. That's how this works. That's how this works. If he's good in the role, or if they're good in the role and everything else, and it makes money, they're going to look away. But this is what the leaks say. So, I haven't read all of these yet, because when you sent them to me earlier, I was driving. So it was very difficult for me. I couldn't do it. So,
okay, yeah. So this came from This is on the DCEU Leak subreddit.
okay.
It has been updated a couple of times. There was some stuff in here that got kind of omitted, but I think it got corroborated and verified by Big Screen Leaks. Although, we'll see.
Well, I was looking on Big Screen Leaks, and they talked. Well, they ominously tweeted something that would make you.
Him and Casey Walsh and others said, the movie leaked. That's what they said. The movie did leak. Like the plot, basically, like the most basic of the plot beats, basically leaked. Everyone's saying it did. So I think this is probably the one, because I was told things about the movie and sent stuff a few days ago that kind of lines up with what this is saying. There's some differences here and there, but for the most part, it's pretty much the exact same beats for beats. So
okay. I mean, yeah, it's going to be very fast. So let's take a look at here. By the way, spoilers.
Oh yeah, spoilers for a movie not coming out for
Spoilers.
like another year. So
Again, I have no this is a 15-month away movie. I have no fucking idea. 14-month away. I got no idea.
well, it's important to note. I mean, this is just from one test screening, and things could change a year from now. So
Yeah. So it says here there's a 100% tease for Reverse Flash when Barry's mom is killed. A yellow figure smiles at Barry and lunges at him. Barry escapes before the yellow figure can get to him. No actor or voice. It's pretty hard to make the figure out because he's just standing in the dark and you can only see the yellow arm and his red eyes.
and that's new. That's new because
Yeah.
the one I was sent didn't mention Reverse Flash at all. So
Well, yeah. Well, and I thought other Barry was a Reverse Flash. Like that was what was being reported.
No. He's gonna be Black Flash, basically.
Yeah. Well, remember, I think it was it Sutton who was reporting other Barry as Reverse Flash?
No, but actually Mikey might have gotten one thing right, which we'll get to later.
Okay.
But
The emotional parts are good. Ezra has amazing chemistry with the woman who plays Barry's mom, and I heard people started crying when Barry realized he couldn't save her. It's 1,000% better than the one with CW. Black Flash is not really the villain of the film. It is Future Flash wearing the Black Flash suit. They kind of merge the two characters. It's essentially Future Flash just wearing Black Flash's suit. There are 3 Barrys in the film, and the Barry we see in the trailers, long hair, gets brutally killed by Evil Barry, aka Future Flash, who is also him from the future. The film's Future Flash is an amalgam of the comic versions of Future Flash and Black Flash. Okay, so they already kind of established that.
yeah.
All right. So, I mean, yeah, so Anthony here asking, is Ezra's playing all Flashes?
Yes, he's playing all 3 characters, and
Yeah.
they're very distinct performances. Each one's a little different than the other. So
Yeah, one of them is going to be out there fighting the KKK. And one of them is going to be in a bar in Hawaii getting arrested. Very different Flashes. Very, very meta, right? Very meta. The Future Flash is actually just the second Barry with long hair from the future. His motivation is that when the DCEU Barry came to his universe, he ruined everything and destroyed his world. He had gotten obsessed into saving his world and keeps trying to reverse time from it getting destroyed, but fails. So he decided to go after the person who caused this, our Barry. That's, I read that the other day, right? That was brought up the other day. And I don't understand that. Like, how is it that Barry going into the multiverse is going to like screw up everything?
well, it's not necessarily okay. So it kind of becomes like a self-fulfilling prophecy, because when Barry goes back, the future evil Barry is the one who kind of sends him spiraling into a new timeline and universe, because he's trying to kill him. So, but once he meets and interacts with these other characters in the timeline, it kind of changes things, and then these characters keep getting killed by Zod, and the other Barry, the long hair one, wants to save them. So he keeps trying to go back in time to save them, but he keeps failing, and each time he fails, he gets like more and more battle damage. He goes insane trying to fix everything.
Okay. Interesting. All right. Let's see. Future Flash spent 10 years trying to reverse time and figure out a safe way to stop Zod from destroying his world. Okay. Barry was about to go back in time, but someone, Future Barry, tried to kill him and accidentally knocked him out of the Speed Force into an alternate universe, which is Keaton's world. Sasha Calle's Supergirl is one of the best parts of the movie, with some calling it the best performance in the movie, which is kind of weird because they're saying like if people started to cry when Barry realized he couldn't save her, and yet they're saying that Sasha Calle is the best performance. Okay. Barry 1, our Barry, got stuck in Keaton's world and finds Barry 2, who also has Flash powers, and they both get Keaton, Batman, and Supergirl to fight a threat, Zod. They lose, and Barry 1 and 2 try to reverse time to save the universe, but it fails. Barry 1 gives up, but Barry 2 doesn't. That's when Future Flash appears, revealing he tried to repeat multiple times, which has failed. So instead of repeating time to stop the incident, he enters the Speed Force to try to kill the person who caused this, which would be Barry 1. So Future Flash is going to just kind of be hanging out in the Speed Force waiting for Barry to exit his world.
He's basically waiting for the right moment to kill our Barry, because he thinks that just inherently by him trying to go back in time to save his mom, he's the one who screwed up everything. It's his fault all this is happening, and so he deserves to die.
Okay. All right. Well, I know. Okay. I understand that. It seems a bit convoluted, but Christina Hodgson's plotting, so there we go. The way Ezra's Barry is portrayed in the film has him act more like Wally or Bart hybrid than he does Barry in some scenes. Apart from some scenes, Ezra acts a bit like comic Barry. He gets heart and essence of the character right, and only acts like a Wally Bart hybrid in some scenes, mostly the humor parts, like freaking out like a fangirl when he sees the Batmobile. Trust me when I say this, you're going to love Ezra as Barry more than you did in both Justice League movies. Well, sure. Okay. I mean, that doesn't surprise me.
Like that's what you would hope for, at least.
Well, yeah, you're hoping for that because otherwise it doesn't make a lot of sense, but okay. Now, here we get into the Zod stuff. Zod successfully kills Keaton's Batman and Supergirl. Supergirl gets her neck snapped. It's actually pretty fucking brutal. Worse than when Superman snapped Zod's. Zod kills Cavill's Superman as a baby. Killing the super baby leak is 100% true.
That's what I was told as well. Basically, in this timeline, Supergirl and Kal-El were sent to Earth. Supergirl, obviously, way later. Zod intercepted the baby Kal-El, and him and Feora killed him. Supergirl, meanwhile, gets like trapped in Siberia for like a decade or something, where they do like government tests on her, and she's all alone basically. So Barry and Keaton go find her.
Okay, and so I'm assuming Batman would know about this.
Yeah, because Barry realizes, oh shit, Zod's around. Where's Superman? Right? Because that's his thought. Okay, Superman beat and killed this guy.
Yeah,
I gotta find Superman. But there's no Superman on this Earth. There's only a Supergirl who's locked away in a base because in the movie, this is what I was told at least. He uses Keaton's back computer to like look up information about rumors regarding Kryptonians like in government databases, and there's like something about a Kryptonian locked away in Siberia. So he goes to Siberia. He thinks it's Superman. It's not Superman. It's Supergirl. So
okay, that makes sense. And that would be the scene we saw of him kind of looking at somebody as they're strung up. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. So let's see. Michael Shannon reprises his role as Zod.
Which we knew about, yeah.
Yeah. Cage is also not Superman in Keaton's world. It's Cavill, before he got killed as a baby by Zod. How does that work?
I don't know.
Is this like he never was Superman? He just was like, but in this, he would have been if he was.
He would have been Superman, but Zod killed him as a baby.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Future Flash and Flash have a massive race because Future Flash wants to kill him. Barry doesn't want to die, obviously. When they do that, they travel into the multiverse. We see a shitload of different universes: Pattinson's Batman universe, Linda Carter's Wonder Woman, Adam West Batman, Grant Gus Flash, and Jesus Christ, I hope not. I fucking hope not.
Let me read you what I was told, okay? Because I had to go back and look. They did confirm there is, like, I was told there is going to be a scene where, like, they do a shitload of cameos. Here's what was said to me. Something about Barry tries to convince evil Barry sometimes, and you let things go. But eventually, basically the evil Flash comes back, right? And they're running through stuff. And they said in the visual representation of the Speed Force, there's Christopher Reeve, Adam West, and Linda Carter. Those are the ones that I was told. I was not told about Grant Gustin or Robert Pattinson. However, I think this is actually true. I think they're going to show everything.
I fucking hope not. I really fucking hope not.
I actually believe they will incorporate Robert Pattinson in all this now.
Oh my God, that's so bad. That's so bad.
Because, and we'll get to it later, but I believe what this post is saying. It seems like DC has a plan, and it's all about building the Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Well, that part I get.
That is their end game. That's their Infinity War.
But Matt Reeves, the Batman, I don't believe fits in that at all. I think it just,
well, as a nice wink to the audience that it exists in the multiverse, and you wait after his trilogy to bring him in for like a special appearance in a Crisis movie, I could see that happening. Like bringing him in right now, though, no. I think it'd just be a wink at the camera, a nod as a cameo. That's it. Nothing else.
I still think it's terrible. I mean, look, I could see like the
Well, I mean, what about
DCEU
like Linda Carter or Adam West?
that
They're
well,
free.
Adam West is fucking dead, so leave him fucking dead. All right, like Adam West is dead, leave
Well,
him dead.
Christopher Reeve is dead too.
Christopher Reeve is dead, leave him dead. Leave him dead, leave him dead. There's no need. Look,
What if it's like archive footage?
well, like Henry Cavill on the TV. I mean,
Well,
it's
yeah,
just like it's no, dude. This is the thing. Like again, the
it's
concept of the
DC history,
multiverse
man. DC history.
is generally stupid. Thematically, narratively speaking, it works. It works in some forms, like comics and books and whatnot. You can make it work. Animation, you can make it work. Live action's a different story. But I mean, I think this is terrible. But anyway, let's keep on. Superman's existence is left somewhat ambiguous. I mean, because he doesn't exist apparently.
Well, yeah, they kind of like say, you know, I think they want to keep some doors open but close. I don't know. It's weird. It's like they don't want to commit either way. That's kind of the problem. Like with this whole
Yeah.
story, they don't want to really commit to. It's kind of a reboot, but you know, some things are ambiguous. If you want to pick up some story threads later, I don't know.
This is why I have said just cancel it all. And
Well, they're never going to do that because it's lost money on the table.
well, it's this is going to be lost money on the table anyway. It's so stupid. All right, Feyor, I just don't like the multiverse concept, man. Like, give me a standard movie. Like, just there again.
But are you excited for Doctor Strange 2 and the Multiverse of Madness?
Yes,
Okay, that's gonna be balls deep in the multiverse too.
I'm aware
I
of
mean,
that. I'm aware of that though. But here's the thing with that: at the end of the day, they're not going to be rebooting the universe. I don't think necessarily. I mean, maybe at the end of the saga, they're building up to it. This is like
I think there's a possibility something happens in Doctor Strange 2 that resets things to introduce mutants. That's my prediction, at
well,
least.
okay. I mean, yeah, I think
And
they're going to
technically,
probably
that's a universe resetting moment.
yes, that is true. That would be something that could potentially work. And I have faith in Kevin Feige and the people at Marvel to pull it off. I have no faith in the people at DC to pull it off.
That's understandable. I can.
That's
Yeah.
where I'm at with it, right? Like I
It's
feel
more
it's
so
like
like the lack of confidence.
it's an absolute. They haven't proved anything yet. Like the Batman is an amazing movie. I loved it. BVS, Zack Snyder's Justice League, Man of Steel, excellent trilogy. The first Wonder Woman is great. Aquaman is awesome. Wonder
Shazam.
Woman, Shazam was fantastic. 84 was terrible. Birds of Prey
Peacemaker.
was Peacemaker is wonderful. I love it.
Suicide Squad.
Love it. Even 2016 Suicide Squad, I also love. Yes, I even had the soundtrack to that movie. I was in the library
Well,
the other day
that's more
listening.
hits than misses
I'm
overall.
not saying that. I'm not saying that it's they haven't had more hits in my personal view
It's
than
going to come down
misses.
to Andy Muschietti and Christina Hodson. Can they knock it out the park?
Yeah, well, true. My whole point is what I'm talking about is like when it comes to the structural integrity of the organization overseeing everything, they've either gotten really lucky in some instances or or we're dealing with like the shit. And that's where that's where I'm at with it. Uh anyway, all right. Zod and Feyor are alive in the new timeline since Superman never killed them.
Well, yeah,
And
because they
yet
killed him first. Yeah.
well, true, but yet his existence is left somewhat ambiguous, but like he's never anyway.
Well, no, because at the end of the movie, a new timeline's created.
Sure.
He,
No, I
he
mean
died in the timeline he visits, but at the end of the film, a brand new timeline's created that incorporates these characters. I know it sounds confusing, but it makes sense. Again, he visits a different universe. Stuff happens at the end of the movie. He goes back to his universe, he thinks, but it's actually a rebooted universe that incorporates Michael Keaton and Sasha Kaye. And
now,
maybe,
are the Michael Keaton and Sasha Kaye that he met earlier in the film?
No. They're brand new versions. Kinda. I mean, like they have like the same general personalities. One rumor said that because in the timeline he visits, it's a Michael Keaton Batman who's kind of like a little crazy because Alfred's dead. He's all alone. He's basically killed off all his villains. He has really nothing else going for him. And in this one, the rumor said that when he goes like in the rebooted timeline, it's more of a traditional Batman who doesn't kill. His villains are still alive and active. He's like a lot better in a better place mentally and emotionally than he is otherwise. So, And the kind of different and Supergirl's a public hero. She's not like a alien that was hidden away in the lab. She's actually a public hero now that's recognized. Like I said, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah. I don't know, man. Anyway, I get it. It's still frustrating to me.
Well, you have to remember, like, we're reading like a very poorly worded plot.
No, I know.
I mean, the actual movie, this could all work really well.
No, it possibly could. Ricky here says, not really talking about Marvel. Marvel's multiverse is just as confusing, especially after Morbius. Morbius isn't part of the MCU, though. That's the whole difference. The difference.
Well, they're trying to connect it to it, then.
They're trying. They're trying. I don't know yet. All right. Okay, it says here, any film or TV show, including Peacemaker, released between Man of Steel and Shazam 2 are set in the old timeline. Shazam 2 is set in the old timeline.
Which
everything
is why it had to be released before Flash, which is what Grace was saying earlier.
I didn't watch Grace's video on it, but
well, this is a while ago. But basically, she said that the release order needs to be what was it? The Suicide Squad, Black Adam, Shazam 2, and then Flash, then Aquaman. In fact, I think she even said Aquaman should probably be released. No, she did say, because Aquaman 2 was originally going to have a post-credit scene with Michael Keaton, but apparently that's been cut because they moved it before Flash. So I guess Aquaman 2 now takes place in the old timeline now, too, even though originally it was meant to take place in the new one. But I guess it doesn't really matter either way. It wasn't constructed in a way where that's going to matter. So, like I said, they repositioned Flash as a summer movie because I think they actually believe in it. After the test screenings, I think they actually believe in their, which is good. I'm glad they're confident in the movie that could perform as a summer movie. That's a good thing, hopefully.
Sure, yeah, no, for money, I get that too, and I get all that stuff, right? But anyway, just to kind of go on with this one. All right, everything after the Flash is set in the new timeline. That's the Green Lantern, Zatanna, Batgirl. Funny thing too is apparently Batwoman may have been canceled. Did you hear about that?
Wait, what?
Yeah, Batwoman, I think it was yesterday, Batwoman's head writer had indicated that the show had been canceled.
This is the first I'm hearing of that.
So that was something that's why Save Batwoman was like trending last night on Twitter. So that was and like no one's talking about it too, which is really kind of weird. Probably because no one watches or cares about Batwoman. But then it says here, Iris's only cameo in the movie. She appears at the end when Barry's father is released from prison. We have seen, I think that's what we saw. Those
seen
shots.
That scene, but I was told that she's in at least 2 or 3 scenes.
Okay.
So I don't think this one's accurate. But again, we have to remember test screenings, they sometimes cut stuff out or like restructure things. So certain scenes some people see aren't in the actual movie that you see.
Yeah, that's true. WB's plans to use Keaton as a temporary replacement for DCEU Batman. Okay, well then let's see here.
And
okay,
they cross this part out, yeah.
Yeah. Update. They now say all they know is that Pattinson will be involved in Crisis. Nothing of whether he joins the DCEU full time afterward. I hope not.
I can see him being in the Crisis team up movie because that's supposed to unite everything DC and like we're talking everything, dude. Like if they want this Crisis thing to be big, like we're talking Titans, Doom Patrol, the Arrowverse, the CW stuff, Superman and Lois, like
so let's just call it what it is.
The new timeline.
Let's just call it what it is, dude. It's Space Jam: A New Legacy. That's all it is.
It'll be better than Space Jam 2.
Oh well, yeah. The crap I took earlier tonight is better than Space Jam: A New Legacy. But that's basically what it boils down to. It's just the serververse.
Well, it's basically going to be like DC's answer to Secret Wars and Marvel.
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. All right. This person said that the blonde girl who got cast in The Flash, Cersei Monica Jackson, could be playing either gender bent Mirror Master or Killer Frost, but that's them guessing because they genuinely don't know. All right. I don't know who that person is, but okay.
Yeah, that part really doesn't matter to me.
And then also here, it finishes up by saying, don't expect any wild cameos. Keep expectations low. I feel like overall this film will not only be beloved by general audiences, but hardcore Flash fans as well. The Flash feels more like classic fiction adventure in the vein of stories like Alice in Wonderland and Wizard of Oz than a typical superhero movie. Batfleck does not die, but isn't part of the new timeline. So, and that's what we've been hearing, right?
Yeah, but that goes into the post-credit scenes.
Yeah. And then no reference to Wally whatsoever from what I heard. Pretty brief Reverse Flash cameo. Only hardcore DC fans will notice him. Mainstream audiences going to be confused AF. Okay, sure. And then for the mid-post credit scene, order subject to change. I love that. Mid-credits, Flash will tell Aquaman that he wonders if a Superman exists here too. Aquaman looks at him confused. And then they talk about which fish Aquaman has sex with. And then it proceeds to show Supergirl smiling at Barry, and he smiles back, and it shows him looking over what's next to her. His face is full of shock, and the movie ends. Maybe a Cavill nod, but I don't know. But if I mean,
that's where it leaves it ambiguous. Like,
yeah, because if they stop Zod, is Zod the main villain of the movie? I don't even fucking know.
The Flash movie.
Well, no, Zod. I mean, like at some point they're gonna obviously if they're fighting Future Flash or Black Flash, and he defeats him, he goes back into his. I don't even. This is okay. Let's just go on.
We'll get to it.
And then the post credits, Affleck's crisis tease says, "Come find us, Barry."
Yeah, so Barry returns to it. Wait, let me actually read what I got sent just to make sure I'm not butchering this, because this is probably the most important thing. Okay. Where is it? Hold on, making sure I got it. Okay. Basically, Barry gets back to his apartment, and all the television screens, all the electronics in his house start flashing and glitching out like crazy. Ben Affleck shows up, or I guess via a voice or on the screen. It says, "Barry, I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but if you do, please come and find us." And then it cuts to credits. So it's Ben Affleck kind of doing remember when Grace was saying there was going to be a BVS type moment, but reverse?
Yeah. There's something about
moment. That's that moment. Ben Affleck contacts the Barry Allen of this new timeline, says, "Please come and find us," in reference to the old universe, and I believe the Snyderverse.
Huh. Okay. If it's Batfleck, then the Snyderverse would be there, obviously. I mean, hasn't been.
Because remember, viewer Anon was tweeting out about Zack Snyder Justice League being canon.
Yeah.
And apparently, there's going to be scenes in this movie that reference that as the canon version of the Justice League movie. Okay. Then you have Zack's cryptic Thanksgiving turkey post all the way back in November. What was the book sitting on the table?
Hold on. I actually have that image. Surprisingly, I have that image up right here. I just randomly came across it. So let me bring that up here. All right. So Zack had this on his thing.
Yeah.
And
what's that book?
It is Absolute Final Crisis.
There you go.
Okay. So for those of us who apparently, explain this then to people who don't know.
Okay. So Final Crisis, it's going to be a very lengthy thing. Basically, Final Crisis was one of the many takes on the Crisis on Infinite Earth storyline, where basically it was DC's answer to their continuity issues and all these different versions of characters and all their timeline discrepancies. Basically, it's a giant multiverse crossover where different Earths and versions of the same characters all interact with each other as they combat a villain like the Anti-Monitor. In the case of Final Crisis, though, it was Darkseid. And this is the storyline where Batman died and got lost in time and all this and that. It's basically it's a giant multiverse crossover story. That's basically what it is.
Okay.
But this one involves Darkseid. So,
hey, listen, I'm all down for Ray Porter getting more work. You know what I mean?
I'm just saying, man. Maybe it wasn't just a turkey picture after all. I don't know. Shit's getting weird, man. Shit's getting weird.
Shit is getting weird. Now, going back over to this, though, it does this last little bit here that says less credible regarding Ezra's future. If a Flash recast were to happen, Sam Claflin, as someone you can expect to be the new Barry Allen / Flash.
I don't think it's going to happen, though.
I don't know who the fuck that is.
He was in Hunger Games Catching Fire. He was one of the champions. He was the dude that... He's been in other stuff too. This is the first thing that crossed my mind.
Yeah, but where does this come from?
I have no clue. That's why I didn't even pay attention to it, because they literally said less credible. So I'm just writing that off.
Okay. I mean, yeah. Oh, okay. Okay, I recognize. Yeah, he's been in some stuff.
Yeah. But what do you think, man? This is supposedly your Flash movie.
Man, I don't know.
You gotta wait and see a trailer and see it in the context, though.
Yeah,
It make
show
a
me the
lot more sense.
context. Show me the context, and we'll talk about it. Obviously, you know what I mean. But then we got this right here, because this also popped up too. All right, so viewer non did tweet this out. It says, because a lot of people have asked, the Flash plot leak I've seen on DCEU leaks and DC spoilers is not accurate. It gets a couple things right, but almost none of the details. So I think they just looked out guessing at the stuff based on other scoopers' info. But then goes on to say, don't trust any Flash plot leak that doesn't mention these three things: can of tomatoes, Eric Stoltz, baby shower. I'm only revealing this because I want to see the fakers tie themselves into knots working this stuff in. But the baby shower thing has been leaked for a while. Or that's been talked about. You know, where the Flash has, like, there's a baby shower and there's a whole bunch of babies. And then somehow the babies get, like, tossed into the fucking air. And then the Flash has got to go save all the babies.
Yeah. I think he's trolling, to be honest. I think he's
trolling on that one too. However, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah. But if this is the movie we're getting, man, I mean, what do you think? I mean, like, how does it sound to you? This is your future DC universe.
All I will say is I'm very thankful Marvel exists. You know,
really? That's how I mean, listen,
I'm not excited for it. I mean,
on the bright side, though, if this is true that they're building towards Crisis, you're going to get everything.
I know, like, but that's not how I think. That's not how I think, though. I don't think like that. I don't think like this idea that you get everything you want. It's like I in regards to this shit, I feel has been such an
over of both worlds, though. I mean,
no, it's not. It's really not. It's really not the.
Isn't that what fans wanted, though? They wanted
fans. Okay, let's be honest here.
I'm saying, though, like, the fans basically wanted. They didn't say, "Hey, just do Snyderverse shit." They just said, "Do whatever you want. Just let us have our option on streaming." This kind of leads credence and opportunity for that, to acknowledge that this still exists and that it's valid. If that post-credit scene is true, if they're teasing Crisis and they're saying it's not erased, we're just, like, doing something else on the big screen, while, like, there's going to be operating on multiple facets, right? I mean, it's risky. It's very experimental. It's kind of bold. I'm not sure if it's going to pay off, but I can't lie and say I wouldn't be interested, just to see how the hell they'd work that out.
Nah, I don't know. I mean, like, sure. I mean, Andy Muschietti, I have faith in Andy Muschietti because I like his movies.
Well, yeah. But
I am legitimately.
It's about the plan afterward. Like,
sure. Well, but hold on though. But hold on here. But that goes into what I've talked about before. When you say it's about the plan afterward, I think that is where we're so tied up now. It's kind of like when the Eternals had their premiere and Variety put out the Harry Styles shit. And then everyone was all upset about that. And I'm like, no one's talking about the movie. They're talking about what's next. They're talking about what's coming. And I feel like we've been losing out on, like, in the moment, like, enjoying what we're going to watch. Now it all boils down to, well, what's the post, like Morbius. It wasn't like the movie itself. It was just, what's the post-credit scene? You know what I mean?
It's and, like, the culture they've created, though. I mean, it's been a thing going on for, like, the last, like, 8 years, if you think about it. Like, it's been going on for a while.
It has. It's gone on for quite some time. I'm not going to argue with that. I completely agree. But I feel it's like we as a collective, as moviegoers, are, like, not even really in the moment for the movie. We just want to know what's coming next. And I personally, I'm just kind of like, I'm over that specifically. Like, I want to know that this movie is going to be good, so that this movie gets me excited for what's coming next. Because if this movie fails to make, to blow my skirt up, so to speak, then I'm not going to care about what's coming next. You know what I mean? It's like, after I saw Bumblebee, I was like, okay, I'm done. Like, I just didn't care for it because I didn't like the writing. And like the writing.
I had the opposite reaction, though. I was like, hey, more Transformers movies like this, I'm okay with.
Well, we got the Beast one coming. That should be interesting. But anyway, hold on here. A couple quick super chats to get to here. We got Rational for $5, man. Oh no, I think did I already get this one? They've already done Crisis on Arrowverse, which is canon. You can only do one Crisis on Infinite Earths per multiverse.
They're not going to acknowledge that shit, man.
Well, but hold on, for Final Crisis, that's everything, RJ. You just said you get everything you want, even the
You
Flash
get
stuff.
everything you want, but they can write it away where it doesn't really matter. You know it's a one-way street. The movies never acknowledge the TV shows. The TV shows will acknowledge the movies, but never the other way around.
Oh, they should acknowledge the TV shows. I think even though I'm not a big fan of it, a big fan of the Berlanti stuff, I still think they should acknowledge it. All right, and then Jesse for $2, man, thank you. Says you got to clear the board, Barry. I know that reference is to something, I just don't remember what. Anyway, and then Ron here for $10, man. Thank you so much, buddy. Says, hello, gentlemen. Not a fan of the Ezra Miller as Flash. Never have been. A short Flash for me. Comic Flash is 6 feet in height. Good actor for other characters. Hope he gets help for future success. Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I hope he ends up getting gets what he needs, or they get what they need, and everything else. I always screw that up with Ezra. It's like, I know Ezra doesn't care if you, whatever pronoun you want to use, but I'll get yelled at in the comments if I, if I screw it up. I think at the end of the day, the way I look at this is like, okay, why don't we, I wait to see what happens. I want to see a trailer. I'm going to go see this movie as soon as it comes out. Obviously, I just hope that they're able to figure out what they want to do, because if they don't figure out like what they want to do with this specific movie to make it land, then everything else is for naught. It's just,
well, yeah, I mean, literally everything rides or dies in this movie. Like, it is the make or break moment. Like, they have to knock this out of the park. Like, this needs to at least be a good movie. Hell, at this point, it might actually have to be close to a great to almost perfect movie. Just, again, to rise above the dismissiveness from the fan base and general audience.
Yeah, pretty much. That's kind of how I see it, is like they've got to, and I don't know, man. I mean, going up against coming out after Black Adam, Shazam 2, Aquaman, like that's like such a weird lineup.
Yeah, it is.
So, but I do agree with Cole here. Cole says it feels a bit early for Crisis.
Well, no, just to explain, I don't think they jump right into Crisis. I feel like that's something they'd wait like another 5 to 6 years to build towards.
Because like, you have to build towards it.
Well, they would have to do they would do a bunch of movies first, then do it.
Yeah,
right. I mean, we're already getting Batgirl, Blue Beetle. We could be getting stuff like. I think eventually we will get another Justice League movie. I don't know what form it'll take, but I think it'll be here soon before we know it.
Yeah. So I think that's going to be pretty decent. We'll have to wait. I'm hoping. I'm just hoping. Okay. All I can do at this point is hope. I'm going to try not to bash the movie. Certain things make me cringe, but I'm down to see it. Okay. Like, just understand that about me. If I criticize it, I'm still going to go watch it. So, there's that.